Hello, friends. It's good to be back connecting with you again. Today, I want to speak on the topic of overgiving. It's something that almost every client comes to me with, or we get into that topic in the course of our session. In a recent client session, I had someone say to me, Uma, I find it really hard to lay on the couch for an hour and read a book. If I do that, I feel guilty. I feel that it's not being productive. I'm not doing anything useful with my time. This is a very common thing I hear from many clients across the board because, especially with you folks in my community, you view yourself as spiritual, and being spiritual means being kind, being caring, giving to others, etc. And so when you're not doing something that is giving in nature, or when you're giving to yourself, that feels like selfishness. It feels like a waste of time. Your mind is really pressuring you to get off the couch or stop listening to the podcast or whatever you're doing and go find something where you're giving to somebody else, which your mind then deems as giving to somebody and being kind, being caring, being generous. But there is a problem with that. My clients also come to me with a severe case of burnout. They are exhausted from all the overgiving, overcommitting, and overextending themselves. This is a very, very common problem that I witness across the board. Now, we have to understand and reframe giving, and that's where the confusion lies. So often, like I said, we think of ourselves as giving and caring humans, and that self image that is so locked in is what makes us unable to be any different. But when we really understand giving, there are two kinds of giving. We have to get really clear about what is my motivation in giving. So, one motivation is you give because you seek validation, approval, acceptance, belonging, and love. You want to be regarded as the kind one, the reliable one, the one who always steps in and saves the day, the one who takes care of other people, the one who's selfless. This kind of cultural conditioning is really strong in women. And um, when we've been rewarded for this kind of behavior over and over by the people in our lives, it becomes a deeply entrenched pattern of behavior. But that kind of giving often leads to resentment. It leads to this feeling that why do I have to be the one that has to manage everybody's needs? Why can't somebody else do it for a change? Why can't people realize that I have given enough already? Or why am I so underappreciated for all the giving that I'm already doing? Right? So you say yes because that's what you've always done. And the yes is a way of people pleasing. It's a way of sugarcoating the truth. Oh, no, I'm not too busy. I can handle it. And it becomes a pattern of behavior across many seasons of your life, perhaps even a lifetime. That kind of giving, the motivation behind that is very external. And this is hard for me to say, and this is hard for you to hear, I'm sure, that this kind of giving, which is rooted in seeking external validation, will eventually lead to resentment and burnout. The other kind of motivation comes from an authentic and resourced place. It's called generous giving. It comes from a place where you are resourced, where you have taken care of your needs, where you've checked in with your body's energy levels and your body has said to you some version of, yes, we have the energy to do this for them. So it stems from a deep internal and personal knowing that you have the energy to give, right? And that kind of giving is very different because it is authentic, it is real, it is genuinely caring and true. So the question I want you to ask yourself is, what is the motivation behind my giving? Am I giving my time and energy from an authentic, resourced place, or am I giving from a resentful, burnt out place? Excuse me. Because it's just a pattern. I've gotten used to saying yes. I don't know how to say no. I don't even know how to set a boundary. That shift in motivation from resentful, guilty giving to authentic, resourced, genuine giving, it makes all the difference in not just what you're giving, but how you're giving it. Because that's the most important point. It's not that we're giving something, it's the energy with which we're giving. That is truly important. And so when you say no to somebody's ask, but that no is rooted in you recognizing that your body does not have the energy, does not have the capacity to say a yes, you are aligning with the authentic part of yourself. That is being true to you and true to the other person. Because how is it serving the other person when you're giving from that resentful, burned out, exhausted place? How is it serving you? Whereas, even though it feels hard to set a boundary and say a no, when you say that no and set the boundary, it will feel extremely uncomfortable, especially if it's something new that you're bringing into your personal life. But you will feel really good over time as you get comfortable saying no and creating boundaries. You will feel really good about the fact that you are being true and genuine and authentic, not just to yourself, but to the other person. And that's something we owe to ourselves and to the other, right? So really think about shifting this motivation. Are you giving generously from an authentic, resourced place, or are you giving from an exhausted place? Is your generosity coming from a place of guilt? And when you really shift that motivation and ask yourself the question before you commit to doing something for someone, it will, trust me, over time feel really, really good and right and true and like you. So I'm excited to share that I'm creating something really, really special to work through things, issues such as this, overgiving, learning how to say no, creating healthy boundaries that serve you. It's a program that helps you be true to yourself and take charge of your life because the only thing you can control is you. And I am excited to share all the details. Oh, my throat is really froggy today. I'm excited to share all the details with you as we move forward. So, if you are interested in learning more about this program I'm creating, stay tuned, watch this space, open my newsletters, and you'll hear more about it very, very soon. So, if this message speaks to you, if you identify as an overgiver or someone who struggles to set boundaries, someone who struggles to say no, write to me, email me, and let me know what your particular struggle is and what's one little nugget you're taking away from this video message. Thanks so much for being here. So much love to you, and I'll talk to you soon.